Alright, welcome back. In this next video titled Dubbing and Subbing, we're going to go over resume formatting basics, resume follow-up emails, and creating write-ups. Okay, so just as a quick note here, formatting the resume is taking time, making sure that the resume is in the best shape as possible is a key step in this whole recruiting gig. So we don't want to we want to pay attention to this. We want to be intentional here. We don't want to be lazy in terms of making sure that the resume is the best fit, because oftentimes that will be the difference not only in a candidate moving into the process and being accepted to do the interviewing, but also is going to be contribute to the overall strength of that person's candidacy for the position, because every single person that they speak with is going to look at their resume, and ultimately the partners in the business are going to sell them in on a project, probably using the resume that they have on file. Alright, so let's go ahead and start with the best processes for this. So step one, right? You get a resume in your inbox. For this, we're going to use two different examples. We're going to start with Jessica Harris. Okay, so obviously we're going to pull her up. Alright, here's Jessica Harris. A couple of key things you'll want to do as well. You will want to pull her up via LinkedIn. Alright, so let's go ahead and type her in. Jessica Harris, good. Alright, let's take a look here. Alright, ZS Associates. Okay, so again, anytime that you get a new resume, or even if it's a resume of somebody that we've had in the past, some of the key things we're going to do right away is go to File, you're going to go to Save As. Alright, you are going to save it in two places right away. You're going to go to Dropbox, you're going to go to BCM Candidates, CVs, and the first one, go all the way down to Repository. Alright, double click here, and as you can see from everyone that's in this list, it's just first space last name. So take out resume, take out if there's any dots in there, take all that stuff out, right? Just delete that, and then first space last name, that's all it's going to be. Alright, done and done. Next, do the exact same thing, only this time go to Save As, go to Dropbox, which we're already in. But just to kind of reiterate, Dropbox, BCM Candidates, CVs, and now we're going to go to Original, and we're going to save it in Original as well. Okay, should have the name already set up for you. Go ahead and click Save. Good to go. All right. Then from there, some of the key things you're going to want to do right away. You should have on your desktop a version of a BCM template. All right. Go ahead and, if you haven't already, we'll get you save that to your desktop so you always have that. Sometimes you'll have somebody else's resume there if you've dubbed one in the past. It's no big deal. So what you can do, go ahead and delete that. All we have in terms of a template is a logo at the top, right, and then a footer, or footer with some of the information here as well. Okay, it's as simple as that. All right. First steps, right? If you have a Word, it's much easier to do than if you have a PDF. Sometimes some of the formatting is going to be goofy. But go ahead and can select all, copy that, go ahead and paste that onto the template and see how the formatting lines up so it doesn't look too bad, so we'll be in pretty good shape. Okay, so starting with the top, let's go ahead and put this over to the side. So all the resumes are going to look very similar to this. Alright, and I guess to just show a quick example, let's go ahead and pull up somebody that's already formatted. So as you see, we're going to go into same process, but go into the formatted file, which is ultimately where you'll save a formatted CV. Okay, go to formatted, and let's just go ahead and pull up Mr. William Hennis. Alright, here's William Hennis, pull him up. Great. Okay, so a couple of key things to note. Obviously, we use the template, okay, so you can see that there. Another key component is that font. Font is always going to be in 11, okay. Font style, or whatever this is always going to be Calibri, or however you pronounce this, okay. So always do this. Do select all, Control A, make sure that's always in that, right? And in 11, okay? A couple of key things, right? Definitely want this to be off to the side, the person's name, their location. Sometimes it's no problem to add the email address and phone number. Some of the key components are going to be a summary. Most people will have some type of summary. From there, professional experience. This is just then going to be their experience here. Okay, and then going down, education is usually at the bottom. Right, so that's a very standard kind of resume. Other things that you may see, there may be an area of expertise in this section here. You may also have a group either within their professional experience that is projects, if there's projects that are very relevant, or sometimes we'll create a specific section for that. Okay, so let's just look at a couple more examples to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Let's also look at Andrew Cannon. Okay, let's go ahead and type him in. Andrew Cannon. Okay, CVs formatted. Let's look at Andrew Cannon. Pull him up. Alright, great. So here's Andrew Cannon. So very similar to that of William Hennis. Name, location on the side, summary, area of expertise, and some bullet points there. Okay, then moving right into professional experience. A couple of key things here. You can see that this is bold and capitalized. And then moving into his experience here of his jobs. Okay, rolling down, additional experience. If somebody is more senior, we'll take some of his more earlier experience from 2000 to 94. Doesn't really matter what he did during that time, so we're just gonna have the titles and the companies there. Sometimes maybe one or two bullet points, and then at the end here, education. Okay, and certifications, anything that's relevant to his current role. All right, so that's another example of a formatted resume and somebody that's in process right now. All right, great. All right, so getting back to formatting the resume, a couple key things you're going to want to do is put these. Go ahead and take out the address. That's not going to be a big deal. Delete. I'm going to bring that over to the left. Delete the zip code. Nobody cares. Okay, this formatting is a bit weird. We're going to copy the phone. Go ahead and okay, so her formatting on this is a bit funky, but in general, we're going to want to bring this over. Okay, let's go ahead and Control A, and we will make this Calibri 11. Boom, get some of that stuff out of the way. Let's also go ahead and make sure that everything is black. Alright, so anytime you encounter weird formatting like this, it's probably a higher version of Excel. And so anytime you're dealing with a higher level of Excel, you're going to come into some of these problems. So sometimes the best thing to do is copy and paste individually as opposed to copying the whole thing. So let's go ahead, and she has her education at the top. We're going to move that to the bottom. Control copy. Okay, let's bring that to the bottom. No problem. Let's delete that up here. As I'm doing this, a couple rules of thumb. It's okay to delete. It's okay to move around. It's not okay to add. Adding is stuff that they will have to do. Okay. So what's missing here is a summary. We definitely want a summary. Okay, a summary is really great. Let's go to caps lock. Summary is pretty standard. So we'll put a summary. We'll bold that summary. Keep it to the left. Okay, so she'll fill that in once we give her some suggestions. All right. She has a different format, so she has a date over here. That's no big deal. One thing you'll notice in all the resumes is we're gonna need the months. Okay, so we don't know what these are. That's why we have LinkedIn pulled up. We can take a look at our LinkedIn to see if we can get the months there. Okay, so August 2012. Boom. You can add dates. No problem in adding dates. All right, August 2012. Here's some of this information here. No big deal. Let's bring that back over. Let's actually bring the dates on the other side. Control copy. Let's bring that over here. Alright, that's pretty good. Maybe we'll just tab that to the side. Alright, great. Same thing. Summer associate. Don't have a date. Let's get that. Let's go to our LinkedIn. Summer associate, May 2011. Fantastic. So let's put. You want to keep it consistent, right? If I have the dates on one side, we'll bring them over here. Just tab over a little bit. May 2011. Okay, we're going to unbold, unitalicize that. Delete this. Alright. Good enough, right? Same thing, dates here, 2005, 2010. So if they're big chunks of years like that, 5 years, dates are not as important. Dates become more important when they're 2012, 2013, because you don't know if was that 1 month, or was that a year? So that's what it becomes more important. So, but we'll still put the dates since we have them. So she was at Chartish / AIG. Alright, so that's what she's putting there. So let's go ahead and look at when she joined AIG, 2006, 2005, so July. So we'll go ahead and put July here. Alright, same thing. We're going to copy this, put that on the other side. She has weird formatting, no big deal. July 2005 through what? 2010. And as you can see from here, July 2010. Alright. Boom. Done and done. No big deal. Tab that to the side. Or move it to the side. Space it over. This is really weird formatting. I've not seen this before. But we'll make it work. Alright. A couple of key things you'll also want to do. You want to line things up so that the company is going to start at the beginning of the page. Alright. So that's spacing wise, you want to just make it look nice. Knowing that she's going to put a summary in here, what we'll end up doing is we're going to bring this down. I'm going to put this here. I'm just going to drop this all the way down to the next page. Okay, summer associate. We're going to space this out. Bring that down. This will come down some more as well, because she'll add a summary section here. Boom, looks pretty good. Alright, so this is just some of the formatting stuff, let alone in the next video we'll get into some of the actual details in terms of writing a follow-up email. Alright, so let's go on to the next page. Definitely want this to be at the top. So we'll click here, backspace, backspace. Alright, get that at the top. Have the dates, that's good. Personalized insurance, fine. Scroll down, okay, it goes to the end of the page really nicely. Alright, other information. Community involvement, not relevant. This is all being deleted. Rule of thumb, if the information is going to contribute to her attractiveness of the role, if it's relevant to the role at all, leave it in. If it's not, take it out. Alright, so we want to space this out at the bottom. If we can do that here, this formatting is so bizarre. Let's just copy this, Control copy, delete it, space down a bit, paste it. Alright, so get a little room there. Duke University, blah blah blah. Alright, this doesn't necessarily need to be highlighted or bolded like this, but no big deal. Okay, she got her MBA, that's important. Ford's Fellowship recipients. Okay, let's see. Consulting Club, Cabinet, Outdoors Club, Co-President. Not that relevant. Small business consulting projects. Alright. We just want to make sure that this area is highlighted because it's actually the most important. The fact that she had a concentration in strategy and marketing. Actually, more so just a strategy. So let's just copy. The rest of this is still okay to have. Let's copy that, delete it, space down. So that way it just reads much better on having this as a focus, right? Alright, we'll leave that as it is. And then scrolling down, looking at this, same thing. Completed 4 years, degree in 3 years. Alright, 3.6 GPA. It's pretty good. I guess we can leave that. So all this information is not bad. We can leave it, right? But same thing. I would take this, copy, delete, bring it down so that this stands out, right? Bachelor's of Business Administration. All right. So in the next video, we're going to cover how to create a follow-up email in terms of making recommendations for updates to a resume.